Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, FADA, for allowing us to partner you on this event. Thanks a lot, Soham, for giving us the opportunity as well. Yeah. Uh, some of you might have heard of RealBooks. I would hope that a lot of you have heard of RealBooks, given you might have received it on the FADA WhatsApp groups as well. Might have seen it on social media. Might have heard about it from your dealer friends as well. Um, so RealBooks is a cloud-based accounting, inventory, payroll management software. Uh, we are an accounting software first. We are not specialized software for automobile dealerships only. So we actually do cater a lot to businesses, industries which are outside automobile as well. But we have found a small niche in the automobile dealership industry because of the peculiar nature of problems that we find a lot of dealerships face, and that is what we feel RealBooks can address, and that's how we've sort of been working with this industry. We are yeah. So we've got. Let the presentation start. We'll just take you through what are the challenges, etc., that we address, and yeah, we'd hope that these set of challenges are somewhat common to most dealerships. We work with approximately 100 dealerships pan India. Uh, they're not necessarily. We've got some of the largest dealerships in the country, as well as some very small dealerships as well. So it's not that it's suitable only for very large dealerships. It's fairly pocket friendly as well. Uh, in Calcutta and West Bengal, we work with Maruti, we work with One Auto, we work with Senai, we work with BK. Uh, then in Mahindra, we work with Shree, we work with Royal Mahindra, we work with Maya Auto as well. Then we've got Skoda, we work with Kia, we work with a bunch of dealerships across the board with a lot of large, mid-sized, small dealerships. So, yeah, so we can start. So typically, so RealBooks, like I said, we're a cloud-based accounting software. We are hosted on AWS, which is why we can handle a lot of scale. We handle security very well. We handle a lot of. We are able to handle the kind of volume of transactions that typically an auto dealership has because of the nature of how we are structured. Yeah. So, what are the typical problems that we find automobile dealerships facing? And if there are others, I would love to have that added as well. But typically, you have large volume of data, especially on the servicing side. So you have a lot of volume of data, and a lot of dealerships we find. Therefore, when they are integrating with the DMS, either they don't have very good integrations, or when they're integrating with the DMS, they actually integrate only an accounts only integration rather than doing the inventory. Now, what does this do? This means that you've got to prepare your entire GST returns separately, because there is no way you need the inventory, the HSN codes, etc. as well. So therefore, you've got to prepare this entirely separately. Uh, Secondly, most of you have multiple showrooms, workshops at different locations. Either you connect through some RDP or some Tally on cloud or something on those lines, or alternatively, what you do is you maintain different companies. You create different companies. Now, when you do that, then automatically you have one more challenge, that you have to consolidate that data. Now, consolidation poses its own set of challenges in terms of differing chart of accounts. So, somewhere you'll have a travel expense, you'll have traveling expenses, somewhere it will be called travel and conveyance expenses. And joining that entire thing is again a nightmare, right? So, these are typical problems that you'll end up facing. The third is, and also some of you do have possibly multiple GST as well, multiple GST registrations as well, right? The third thing that happens is with respect to document management, is that everyone, every time a car is booked, you take the customer's PAN card, you take his Aadhaar card. If he's a company, you take his GST certificate. Then you have a booking form. You have 10 other documents and all of that. And what do you do with it? You keep creating dockets and folders and pile it up somewhere. Now, when you need to fetch it, it's difficult. Then again, you have a lot of expenses, this, that, and the other. All of these documents you have nowhere to actually file. So what RealBooks does is it actually allows you to attach supporting documents to every single transaction. So if you are 5 years down the line as well or whatever, then you actually can retrieve your documents from the cloud itself. We don't put any restrictions on how many documents you can save to the cloud, and you actually can be virtually paperless. So in fact, we have a lot of clients, not I won't say they're necessarily from the auto dealership segment, who just moved to RealBooks only for one reason, that they wanted to go paperless. They wanted everything available so that any documents are available. Even simple things like, let's say you have to approve a bill. Now a bill has to come, it's in a different showroom. Now it has to be sent over, it has to be emailed across or done something. The same entire movement can happen on the cloud. Right? It just makes life easier. You have a mobile app where you can approve documents as well. So it makes life a lot easier. Yeah. And obviously user access, I think this is standard for any good software, that you should have the ability to permission every single page, create, view, edit, delete, which ledgers you can access, which reports you can access, which reports you can download, etc. That is standard. I don't think we should accept anything less than that. We've just taken it a notch further in terms of putting a lot more detailed permission settings available for every page. Yeah. Additionally, like I said, we've got data management. We can handle volume of data, because this is the way we are structured. The idea we've hosted on AWS is that we've worked on a microservices architecture, wherein just because someone's downloading a large report does not mean your data entry becomes slow. Okay, so your data entry will happen on a separate server. Your import of data will be on a separate server. Your export in Excel will be separately. If there's an API integration, that is separate. Your document attachment and management is separate. So essentially what we're doing is we're managing the entire RealBooks on a cluster of servers, which allows us to handle the scale and size. So therefore, each year you do not have to split your accounts. You can actually continue your accounts over multiple years as well without any challenges. Yeah. Okay. Our application is designed so that, I assume 90% of the people sitting in this room are familiar and are using Tally. We've designed it in a way that you can actually use RealBooks very easily. The user interface has been designed with that mindset, that the users should not have to relearn. They should find it very easy to start using RealBooks very, very quickly. And we also migrate all your existing data. So therefore, you are not going to be, so there is, I won't say there's necessarily a good time or a bad time. Okay, if you choose to migrate on the 31st of May or the 20th of September or whichever day you choose to, we will migrate all your existing data for that year till that point, so that you are not at any point thinking that, okay, half my data is in this software, half my data is in another software, because that's not advisable. It's not something that you would be comfortable doing as well. Yeah. We've made one module specifically for vehicle-wise tracking. We've built a module where you can record all the inflows and outflows with respect to a specific vehicle. What are the costs associated with that vehicle, let's say for FASTag, for extended warranty, for all the various additional expenses and incomes that are made. And sometimes that is the most critical part of the entire transaction. What you make on financing might be the only money that, that you're making on the vehicle sale. So therefore, all of that is being tracked so that we can actually give you better quality reporting. Additionally, I would actually also add is that all of these specific features are built based on feedback from all our auto dealership clients. So if there is someone who comes on board and says we want a certain feature, we always say, okay, we're more than happy to sort of build it out, and then we roll it out to everyone else as well for their benefit, right? And multi-location that's one thing. How we actually started. Our first client was Hyundai's largest dealer in India, which is Advait Hyundai, based out of Bangalore. And they had 54 locations, 54 different Tally files running, and just consolidating that was a nightmare for them. For us, that is a single-click real-time consolidation. So you can actually have multiple locations, multiple branches. So each location has its own trial balance, P&L, balance sheet, and everything else. And at the same time, you have a real-time consolidation, and you get a company-wide balance sheet as well. Yeah. So I think that is what we offer. We offer automated GST solutions in terms of 2A, 2B reconciliation, GSTR1 filing. We've tried to build a lot more automation. We've integrated it with ICICI Bank. And wherever automation is possible, we are trying to do that. And whatever additionally, if you have feedback on that, we'd be happy to take and incorporate that as well. Yeah. So I think this is just a summary of that. We've got a specific module for a dashboard wherein you can see actually all your vehicle management, customer settlement. So customer settlement is again issuance of gate pass. So that again you got to check if the ledger is negative or positive. So and whether the DO money has come in or not, or if you're issuing it against the letter, then keeping a copy of the letter, etc., attach it to the customer. So these things are things that we sort of take care of. I think apart from that, GST, TDS, etc., I've touched upon. It's user friendly, and our security, by all means, that is something very critical. Your data is made in a way, or is secured in a way that there are multiple data backups taken, as well as a real-time backup that keeps on happening on every document. Yeah. These are just some of our clients. Yeah, and I'm sure you all know all of them, and we'd be happy to have you take feedback from our existing clients before you even decide to make a switch over or anything. We'd love to have you speak to any of the about 80, 90 dealerships that we work with when you decide to. Yeah. So thank you so much. Thanks a lot again, FADA and FADA West Bengal, for allowing us this platform. Yeah. Yes. So, कौन से specs में as in? No. So Audit Trail has been in our software for even prior to this. It was till then it was optional. Now it is compulsory for at least private limited and public limited companies. So for every transaction, once a transaction is saved on RealBooks, then any change that is made, whether you make a change on the debit, credit, ledger, date, anything, we have to record that. So we have a report on that, but so the way it is designed is that let's say if a narration has changed, so we don't provide you a report on that. So we've listed all the changes on a specific transaction, and we give you a user level report of changes.